Okay.
All right. Okay. So the LinkedIn Live didn't work. Sorry, people, we're having issues. I don't know why Zoom. I hooked everything up. I mean, I like I'm innocent. I promise, Your Honor, I did everything I was supposed to do,
You
but
did a good job.
it wouldn't let
Yeah.
me go live. And, like, it was very irritating. And Kathy, apologies. I know that you had left a message in the chat, and I didn't get to you in time. I put the Zoom link in there, but anyway, we're gonna
Oh my
figure this
gosh.
out, and
We
we're
got
gonna
it
figure out
figured
how to do
out.
this.
Yes.
We've used the first half hour of our time very wisely, and we figured out what the heck we're gonna do moving forward. So
We have a new plan. That's the
we
most
do,
exciting part, is that we have a plan.
we do,
Who
we
wants to say
do.
the plan?
So tell us the plan, Christine.
Okay, the plan is we're going to do the What is AI live talk show the first Tuesday of every month. So
Yes,
that will be August 5th, 2 p.m.
yes,
Eastern.
yes.
And we figured out how to do the LinkedIn live with the third party provider and all the things. So what this
Well,
theoretically means
fingers
is that,
crossed. We've
yes, fingers
identified a
crossed.
preferred provider, and I'm going to work very hard as a technical
Yes.
contact to get this hooked up so we can actually do
Well,
this. And we know, like,
yes.
three times the charm.
Well, what this theoretically means is that those of you watching this video now, thank you. First of all, please
Yes.
comment with whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
And
Tell us.
theoretically speaking, Kay's going to go ahead and set up an event again. So you're going to see a LinkedIn Live event. You're going to see,
Mhm.
you're following Kay. You're going to see this
Yep.
this alert. It's going
Yep.
to be for Tuesday, August the
Yep.
5th at 2 p.m. Eastern. You want to go
Yep.
ahead and hit subscribe or attend or whatever the heck the button is that you.
Yep.
And then on that day, you're going to come back to LinkedIn Live and there'll be theoretically a live broadcast happening again, August 5th, 2 p.m. Eastern. What is AI? Or what good
Yes.
is AI? What
What
is
good
AI?
is,
It's way
well,
too big.
what good is
What good is
AI
AI?
is
Thank God you
that's
narrowed
my
that
little
one in.
Substack thing. Yeah, that's my Substack,
Yeah.
which
What is AI?
you should I don't
Yeah.
know why you're not reading my Substack, because you should be. And plus
Oh
there's a
my
whole bunch of new
gosh.
stuff coming down the line. Christine will tell you, you should be
I
reading
read,
my
I
Substack.
read and comment all. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yes. All your
thank
Substacks.
you for your patronage, and thank you for your support, because it's always great to hear from people. But yeah, like, what can AI do for you? Seriously, people, what can it do for you? Like, everybody's like, ba 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 ba. I mean, we got all these influencers talking at us day in and day out. Like, well, so what? Like, so what? Like, okay, I get it. Like, just tell me Skynet isn't gonna, like, rise up and and do its thing. Just tell me I'm not going to end up like Miles Bennett Dyson. Just, that's all I want to know. But anyway, I don't know if people are getting the, if you are making Terminator and Skynet references, you need to understand the Miles Bennett Dyson reference as well. There's no excuse. And if you're not familiar,
Oh
you
my
should go back and
gosh.
watch T2. That's your
I mean,
homework.
the references I'm making to AI are all I'm constantly making references to like automated weaving looms and the invention of the car and everything else that
Right,
people
right,
freaked out about initially.
right.
So that's my
Electricity.
fascination is
Right,
yeah, and
right,
electricity. And my fascination is what happened to all the people freaking out like in 10 years, 20,
right,
after the invention and it was normal.
right,
Were they still freaking out? That's
right,
my psychological curiosity is what
right,
happened to the people who freaked out when the
right,
technology became mainstream? Did they leave? I don't know what
right.
happened to them. We
D-
never see these follow-up studies on the people who freaked out about the automobile. I want to know what
Oh
happened to them.
no, you know what happened? They became the influencers who came back on and did their mea culpa and said, I've
Became the car
realized,
salesman.
like, I'm so sorry, and please, but come down, we have a deal for you. Oh, I learned something really interesting about Luddites. Luddites, they're
Yes.
supposedly the
Mhm.
people who are not. Apparently, Luddites, their problem wasn't with the technology, it was the way it was rolled out, because they
Hmm.
objected to it being wholesale, just rolled out all across the board without consulting people, without bringing people up to speed. There's a whole other thing to being a Luddite, that people justifiably can call themselves Luddites in this. Of course, is more nuanced, so it's going to be a
Yep.
problem in the public vernacular. But even
Mhm.
so, it's this whole other thing, and they had a point, and I think it still is
Yeah.
a valid point.
I read yesterday another. I don't know if you read this. Is going to be a very unexpected invention that people freaked out about and refused to use and had a negative reaction to,
Yes.
and they just wanted no part of it. You ready for what it was?
Yes. Tell me.
Shopping cart. Not kidding. And I forget why the women rejected it, but the men rejected it because it thought it made them look feminine.
Oh.
And I don't know why women, I have to go back and refer to the source again and find out why women, but everybody rejected the shopping cart. They would literally rather carry, talk about like AI now, like we have
Right,
something that can make our lives easier and we're
right,
rejecting it, right?
right,
They would
right,
rather carry their groceries around the store than
right.
use this planking
Right,
cart thing.
right.
They preferred to just
I
walk
love
around the
that.
store like this instead of use a cart.
Much better,
So
much better.
this kind
Yeah.
of proves that people, I think, have rejected literally every invention that's ever come along.
We are super arbitrary with what we're opposed to. Like when and okay, so I always thought that oil paints were always a thing. Apparently they were not. And apparently when oil paints first started being created and used, all the people that had been using egg tempera were all up in arms because they said that oil paints will never have the color and the vibrancy of egg tempera. I'm like,
Way down a rabbit hole of
okay.
paint that I don't know.
And like
Paint
and
by numbers? That's I don't know.
well, egg tempera. I think that's what they used in like the triptychs and like the medieval stuff and
Okay.
like the early stuff. Like, and apparently it was like a thing mixing the pigments and blah blah blah. But like oil paints were like, oh, the horror. And then remember when Photoshop came along? And if you did any kind of picture in Photoshop, it wasn't art. It couldn't possibly be art. That's not like, why would you call that art? Remember that?
I remember Corel Draw.
Yes.
You're asking what I remember. I'm like, I don't think I got as far as Photoshop. I think I did because
Yeah,
I had it one of my I think my last job before I became
yeah,
an entrepreneur way back in the day, like
right.
22 years ago, whatever,
Long time ago.
was I was helping to design color schemes for TBM and Takata airplanes.
Oh, interesting.
And I would use Corel and with that I
Corel
was told I
Draw.
would use Corel Draw to
Yeah,
figure out color schemes for
yeah,
client airplanes. And the
right.
coolest part, Kay, and everyone watching, is when I got to design a color scheme for an airplane and they kept it and they made it. And then
Ooh,
I would see the airplane with the color scheme I designed get taxied up to our hangar. I was like, I painted that.
my baby.
That was like the neatest thing
That's
ever, where it's
phenomenal.
like
Oh my
something
God.
I designed in Corel Draw
Right?
is now a
Right?
luxury aircraft.
Right?
Wow,
That's
that was amazing.
phenomenal. That's
Yeah,
amazing. That's
that was a
that's
pretty
very
cool
cool.
job. That was a
Right?
pretty, yeah, that was
Yeah.
neat.
So from nurse to like airplane,
Oh,
paint
yeah, you're
designer.
about,
Yeah.
there's a 10-year gap. There's a 10-year gap
Right.
of many other jobs in between.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to
Yeah.
find myself.
Yeah. I know. Well, and like all the different things, like think about all the different things that you've done that now like feed right into AI. Like who knew that this eclectic mix, because I don't even want to tell you like my winding path that got here, but I
Yeah,
can use
you're gonna
every
bore
single
people
thing. I
with our
can
stuff.
every single thing that I've done, I can
Me too.
use now. It's like phenomenal. So thank God for that. You know?
I just remembered when I was a teenager and one of my high school jobs, and I think maybe I was always good at computers and I didn't realize it. There was a store in Massachusetts called Service Merchandise. It's no,
Yes.
you remember Service Merchandise?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So I
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
job at Service Merchandise, and I remember, and they were going to train me on the console. Now, this would have been in the
Right.
late 80s, so you can imagine
Right.
what the
Oh yeah.
console was,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they had service
So,
merchandise in Pennsylvania too.
all right. So my
Yeah.
manager, she was going to train. It was my first day of work. She was going to train me on the computer console. So just picture
Ooh.
computer
Ooh.
consoles in the 1980s.
They were
And she's like, "Oh,
green.
hold on, I have to." And then she's like, "Oh, hold on, I have to take this call. I'll be right back." Okay. By the
Uh-oh.
time she came back, I'd already figured it out myself.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
I said, "Oh, I got it." And she's like, "Well, show me how
Yeah.
you'd enter." And she started testing me, and I'm just like, "Yeah, I
Uh,
figured it all out."
yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like
That was fun.
some of us are just built for this stuff.
I
Yeah.
just have intuitive. Yeah, I
Right.
don't think I have a total computer science brain, but it was just really bizarre,
Right.
and the look on
No,
her
yeah.
face.
Right.
This
Right.
this I was like 17. The 17-year-old
Yeah.
was like, "No, I got it."
Right. Right. Yeah. I got this. I got this. Yeah. Well, you know, before we knew to be terrified if we hit the wrong button, then bad things would happen.
I think we're striking the wrong note for our thing, though. Our whole show here is supposed to be about making you feel comfortable with AI,
I
not
know.
making us seem like we have some kind of specialized knowledge. Because
I
if you
know.
knew me personally, you'd know I don't.
No,
Sometimes I get lucky, and I'm just,
no,
you know
but
what it
like,
is? I am.
but maybe
We were talking
we
about
have specialized knowledge, but
FAFO.
it's helpful for people.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
very
Hmm.
FAFO.
I
I've been
like to press
self-employed.
buttons. Right.
Yes,
I like to press a button and see what happens. Like that's how I got where I am today. I mean,
me
seriously.
too.
So
Yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with having, you know, like very specialized domain knowledge because we can help other people. And
yeah,
plus it's like FAFO, just kind of stumbling our way through. This is how we
yeah,
learn. This is how we get
yeah.
here. And, like it can't be like this neat little, you know, workshopped path where you like have a mastermind some weekend and like some guru downloads everything into your brain and all magically that you've got it. No, this like especially with AI, it's so clunky and it's just so it's like it's a long and winding road. but it's worth it because this is how we learn, and this is how we can actually like bring
Yeah.
something of ourselves to it. It's phenomenal.
And the great news is we're talking about when we talk about just LLMs and agents and things like that,
Mhm.
there's nothing you can type in that's going to break it or break your computer or whatever. And, as we've talked
Well,
about in prior podcast episodes, you could break yourself if you don't know who you are coming to the table. You could break yourself, but I don't
right,
know that you're
right.
going to break OpenAI by typing in
Well,
some weird. You think you could break OpenAI with an
no,
LLM? I wonder
I
how
don't
it's
think
going to
you could
work.
break. I don't think you could break open AI. The thing is, you might accidentally cause a data breach if you're uploading your company data. I mean,
Yeah, well,
like
that's
think
not a
corporate, like
FAFO. That's a
right,
accidentally uploading your company data. I'm talking about just type having random conversations. I
right,
don't think you're going
right.
to break anything. You could
Well,
break yourself if you don't know who you are.
well, now people are getting all freaked out because Sam Altman has reminded everybody that they have to keep all the chats for all
We're all going to
eternity
die.
because of the
Yeah.
thing. But like, what are they going to do? What are they
Yeah,
going
this
to
is
like?
like a whole,
They're like, look at my chat history. They're like, doesn't she have anything better to do with herself? No,
what's really
just
funny?
kidding. Yeah, yeah,
This is kind of like a great example of why you all need to come to our LinkedIn lives
yeah.
starting Tuesday, August 5th at 2 Eastern,
Yes,
because it's going to be so much more exciting when you all are saying things to us to avoid
right,
just Kay and I going down random rabbit holes the whole time.
right. I know. We
We
need
need we
guidance.
need
Help
all of
us.
you. We
Help
we
us to
we
help
need
you.
you.
Yes,
Yes, we need
we do.
guidance. We need
We
other
do.
conversations. We need other voices. Please, please, please come visit us.
We need, I mean, we're both talkers, as you can tell. We need to have our abundant energy directed in a productive way. So help us
It's
out.
true. Yes,
Because
please
like
help us.
us just sitting here like left to our own devices, yeah,
It's
please
not
come and
good.
help
Yeah.
us. Yeah, yeah.
So
Come on down. We'll talk.
thank you to Kathy for your good intent. I don't know your friend Kathy who good
Yeah,
intentions of trying to come
Kathy.
help us, but then we didn't know what we were doing. So we're fairly certain we know what we're doing for August 5th.
I did exactly what they told me and it didn't work. So I don't know what the
Yeah.
problem is. I
Yeah.
plead, I don't know what I'm pleading, but anyway, yeah, we'll figure it out. And next
We're
time
trying a simpler solution on the 5th though. The StreamYard thing is it's much simpler, I think, than what you were attempting
I
today.
yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, they're a preferred provider, so let's hope that LinkedIn is telling the truth.
I
But
think you
I
tried to
would,
do advanced today.
well, yeah, well, I just this is just how I roll. But I'm going to try a couple of LinkedIn lives in the meantime and see how it works. And then, with any luck, please, 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 may the technology god smile on me. I don't know, like I'll burn some incense or something. Please make it
Yeah.
work.
But
And
show
yeah,
up
we'll
on the
figure it
5th
out.
and yeah, show up on the 5th,
Yeah,
everyone, 2 o'clock Eastern and see what
yeah.
happens.
Yes, yes. And we'll post about it and please come on down and we'd love to talk to you. And let's talk about like what good is it? Like
Yeah.
how can
What
it
good
help
is
you?
AI?
Yeah.
All right.
How can it help you? Because it can.
Very good.
Just wait
We'll
till you
see you
find out.
then.
Okay, see ya.